Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, Brandon here with another great business to discuss on this episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. Today's guest is Ezoic, and he's selling his Amazon Associates and display advertising business on the Empire Flippers marketplace. So welcome to the show, Ezoic, and how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Brandon. Pleasure being here.
Yeah, it's great to have you on the call today and talk to you about this business that you've created. But before we get into the details, let's go ahead and give a general overview. So it is an Amazon Associates and display advertising business in the home niche, which was created in December 2018. The average monthly revenue for the business is $1,962 and makes an average of $1,950 per month in net profit. For everyone listening, you can visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 50129 to learn more about the business, or you can unlock this listing and start your due diligence if you're interested in purchasing this asset. So now that I've given a general overview of the business, what's included in the sale is the primary domain and all site content and files, and an additional domain used as a 301 redirect. So Ezoic, can you tell us a little bit about your background in building and running online businesses?
Yeah, sure. I actually started with online businesses about 10 years ago. I started more on the SEO side working with clients, and then quickly realized I can create assets online that, are more profitable for me as a sole proprietor, business owner, what have you. And, I realized very quickly that some niches online are missing great resources and businesses that can help individuals who are looking to purchase a product, who need help with that. So I figured I can create a couple businesses that can help with that and good resources.
Okay, that's really great to hear. And so have you always been in the content space and specifically in the home niche, or was this a new venture that you decided to set out into?
This was actually a newer venture. I owned a couple properties before. I've owned a kayak review website before, and another one in the LED grow light space, and a couple smaller ones. I've owned a smaller tactical website. So I'm always good at exploring different niches and finding out we have a nice opportunity where it's a little bit easier to rank for. And so I usually go for those.
Yeah, that's really interesting to hear your strategy when deciding to get into these content businesses and picking a niche that's maybe a little less targeted, I guess, from other builders. Now, how does this business primarily make money then? Is it mostly coming from the Amazon Associates revenue or from the display advertising?
Yeah, so currently it's about almost a 50-50 split, I would say, present day. Previously, it was more the Amazon Associates earning, but I've done a lot of work with content. I published over 60 content articles in the last few months, which are not fully priced in. So I'm seeing daily growth as far as page views go. And as far as earnings go, for example, earnings yesterday just for the ad side went up to as high as $35. Where when I reached out to you guys, it was more like, I believe, $12 to $15 a day. So I'm seeing a lot of growth when it comes to the display ad side. And I was never a big display ads guy, but I actually just got into it. And I'm seeing that there's a lot of opportunity when you produce informational content where it's easier to rank than the affiliate stuff. But we also do very well for the affiliate stuff. So.
Okay, yeah, that's actually leads me right into my next question for you. So was there something that you had seen with Amazon Associates and display advertising that didn't really offer any other opportunity with the direction you're going? Or was there another business model that you have also tried and just didn't give you the ROI you were expecting?
So actually, professionals know that affiliate will pay more than display ads. And so Amazon Associates part of the business is very healthy, very good. There are still opportunities there to grow a couple ideas that I'm looking at that I want to execute on the affiliate side. But I wanted to diversify the revenue streams of the website and create another channel. I know display ads are very lucrative. You can grow that site easily. And so I kind of wanted to balance it out.
Yeah, that's really great to see. Now, the business is doing really great now. Why is it that you've decided you want to sell the business at this time?
So the reason I wanted to sell is because I own a 3-site package in a very demanding niche and a lead generation niche that needs a lot of cash. And so I'm looking to get these funds and invest back into that business.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which is my core business, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes total sense. And, it's nice that you can take these content businesses and roll them into bigger projects as well. And that's kind of one of the great opportunities that this industry does offer. Now, was there anything that you learned while building and growing this business that you plan on using in your 3-site package business down the road?
Yeah, I learned a couple of things actually, Brandon. One thing I learned is not to rush the content, to make sure you have good content, because if you don't, then you'll have to go back and fix it several times. It's never as good with fixing, in my opinion, than putting out an amazing guide the first time out. And that's what we strive to do now when we create these info articles. On top of that, I also learned that a smaller, concise, more high quality website does better over time. And I also learned that obviously backlinks are necessary. We did a lot of that in the early part of the business. The business has been around for over 2 years, and in the early days, we built a lot of backlinks. And we learned that helped us get the affiliate side going. I remember at one point we took the business from making 60 days of building backlinks over a year ago. We took the business from making something like $400 to a couple $1,000s within the next month. So we did a lot of testing, and we do a lot of testing. And I realized that backlinks are necessary. At this point, we're no longer building backlinks for a long time now because the business has a lot of referring domains.
Okay, so referring domains and like natural backlinks ultimately?
Yes.
Okay, That's great to hear. Well, yeah, another great opportunity for someone to come in that does decide they'd like to maybe try that more or explore that option further. Now, speaking of things that have been doing really well and that have worked for this business, could you highlight a few things that you might have tried with this business and it just didn't give you the ROI you were expecting?
To be completely honest, this business is, as you know, in the home niche, and the products we're working with are very high ticket items. So the ROI is really great. Maybe some accessories will give you a lower margin, but we don't do so much accessories. We focus more on types of the main product. And so we've seen very nice commissions with Amazon Associates over the time we've owned the business.
Yeah, that's really great to see as well. And it also shows obviously in the numbers on the platform as well. Now, where does the majority of your traffic for this business come from then? Is most of it coming through organic search, or do you have some other paid advertising that's bringing a lot of traffic into the site itself?
We haven't tested paid. I know a couple of friends in the business that do it, and they're successful. They have a guy working on it. I don't have the resources right now and the time to dedicate a guy to it. I know it could be profitable if somebody does go and looks into the cost of specific keywords and whatnot. I know it can be done. I personally haven't done it, but we're mostly, I believe, over 90% organic. We have a little bit of referral, a little bit of direct traffic, but mostly organic.
Yeah, that's really great to see. And again, another option that, a potential buyer could maybe explore further should they go further with the business as well. Now, hypothetically speaking, Isaac, if you were to keep this business, what are some of the ways that you would personally try and grow it?
I would do two things. I would probably add a couple of affiliate posts every month because I haven't done that in a long time. I truly believe the affiliate side of the business with Amazon can grow further. I believe getting into related products that are not just the main product we go after, but kind of related to it in the home. I also believe getting into info products, doing more info articles is the way to go.
Yeah, if you can target more organic keywords that way, or even just expand on some of the sub-niche items that you had mentioned, that could be another great opportunity to grow and scale the business further as well.
And one thing I forgot to mention, Brandon, is the third one I would go after is probably go after direct relationship. Signed up with one affiliate, but we haven't really tried to utilize it. Direct relationship that can give you higher percentages than Amazon Associates.
Okay, yeah. Adding some additional affiliate revenue through, you said some of the more popular brands as well.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that's a great opportunity as well to mention. And on the subject of maintaining and growing this business, could you describe what is the typical operations or the tasks that you're working on a weekly basis for this business at this time?
At this moment, I'm not doing anything for the business. It's truly passive. The only thing I do is once every quarter, I go in and I do a little bit more keyword research, and then I don't assign for this business. I'm writing the content. It gets tricky when you own a couple businesses.
Right. Yeah, no, I completely understand.
Yeah, but for this one, I've written all the info content because it's very easy. But really not much that I do here. I have a lot of ideas on my spreadsheets, and really just publishing a couple pieces of informational articles every month and seeing those page views grow every month. Very passive business.
Yeah, that's really great to see. And I'm sure potential investors are also looking for something that is more passive than active, of course. Yeah, and I'm sure anyone looking at this business, as soon as they get the chance to unlock it, they'll understand what you mean by the content not being as difficult to produce for this specific subject. Now, do you feel that there's any other type of specific skill that maybe a buyer should have prior to taking over this business?
I don't believe you need much skill at all other than a little bit of keyword research, which I can help with during the, training period. I can provide a lot of ideas on and direction on where to continue for someone who's not knowledgeable, but very little bit of keyword research, a little bit of knowledge with content and format and what constitutes a good article, which I can help out with as well. Very basic. I don't believe you can go totally wrong with this business. As I said, it's very passive, but I believe that someone else who has the time can continue and grow the business.
Yeah, absolutely. And also worth mentioning that you had noted is, it's not exactly something, a specific skill you would need to grow the business further. But on the flip side of that, what do you feel are maybe some of the potential risks with this business that a buyer should be aware of?
Well, most people would go right to algorithm updates. That's what most people think. But there was a recent algorithm update, as everyone knows, this December update by Google, and the website did very well, actually. The business increased, I believe, due to the enormous amount of articles that I posted in 3 months. I mean, 60 informational articles in just 3 months is a lot. It's more than people usually do when the whole business was just 50, 60 pages. So I've doubled the amount of content on the website. And so I believe that it did very well because of the sheer amount of content and providing a lot of good information. And people would go for algorithm updates, but cannot think of anything else. We've already priced in the Amazon cuts that, Amazon did the cut, was it about a year ago, Brandon, I think?
Yeah, the Amazon commission change, correct.
Right. So if anything, people are foreseeing Amazon maybe upping it a little bit. Maybe it's going to stay the same, but I don't think anyone is thinking that Amazon is going to lower the commissions any lower than they already are. And so that was, by the way, another reason why I diversified to display ads. So whoever is looking to purchase the business knows that they're not just dependent on Amazon. 50% of the business now is earning through display ads. And so there is definitely a huge safety net here. And yeah, that's about it. I don't really see any risk with the business. I think that at the current level, with the current earnings, the business can only grow at least twofold.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you'd mentioned, having that diversified revenue stream, not solely relying on Amazon, is always a great thing that I'm sure investors are also keen to find in an acquisition as well. So now, how much support are you willing to offer potential buyers, Isaac? Are you going with the typical 30 days of email and Skype support, or did you have something in addition that you would like to add on to that?
Yeah, I think for the size of this business, 30 days is more than sufficient. And I can definitely do 3 Skype calls for those 30 days, which is, almost every week, and unlimited email support. I'm very available all the time. I'm always on Skype. So if someone wants to chat me, they can also send me messages and I respond very quickly.
Okay, that's really good to hear. And also, are you willing to commit to a non-compete, meaning any future businesses down the road, you'll stay out of this specific niche?
Yeah, sure. I have no intention of starting a business in this niche.
Okay, that's really good to hear as well, too. Now, just a few more questions to wrap this up for you. A few off-topic questions. So what advice would you give to our listeners that you wish you knew when you first started this business?
As I mentioned before, take your time with the content. Don't rush it. In previous years, I would hire just anyone to write content. And I figured that if I put out a really lengthy article, that it would just do it. And nowadays, Google got smarter and content needs to be a little bit better. I still believe that there are a lot of opportunities for the business. And I believe that, again, taking your time and doing the right thing is more important than anything. And also diversifying the business, which we've done here. I believe it can be further diversified. That's something I didn't previously do. I used to own 100% Amazon affiliate businesses, and now I learned that diversifying online is very important. So I'm happy to get into display ads. And I think that what I learned with display ads, I can show the potential buyer and help them grow that side of the business. I discovered a lot of little tricks when it comes to ranking these info articles. And so I have a lot of knowledge when it comes to that now and the time that I've experimented with it. And so I believe I can bring a lot of value to the next guy, also with 10 years of SEO experience.
Yeah, that's really great to have that kind of support backing up this acquisition. And I'm sure any potential buyers that are looking at this business can also see that as well. Now, why do you think maybe if someone is getting started in the online business space, why do you feel that content businesses is great for those just starting out?
Well, I believe content businesses are here to stay, and I believe it's only going to grow. There's not a lot of good information on some topics, specifically the niche we're in. There are not a lot of good competitors. So I believe we're doing a much better job than anyone else out there. And I know that we still have room to grow on our side. So I think that there's a lot still left to do. Content businesses are obviously very good earners. In my experience, they're much better than traditional real estate investments. The percentages we're seeing on content businesses are much, much higher. And for me, I'm only going to continue growing those content businesses. And for me, that this is the only investment strategy.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. And, once you have that core skill under your belt and you're able to figure out the way that kind of the way Google works, or maybe even just the way to build out content in general, it does offer, the foundation that you need to continue growing further. So it's really great to see that and also to hear your story. Now, just to wrap up this interview with you, Ezoic, so putting yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why do you feel that your business is worth buying?
Well, I believe that the business, which won't be noted here because of, I believe it was April or 1 month before that or after that, it won't be shown here because the numbers reflect the Amazon cut. But the business pretty much earned $5,000 a month at one point. I think it was April, right before the cut. And so I know that the business currently is not the lowest it can possibly be, but also you're not picking up a business which is priced very high. You're getting it for a very reasonable rate where I believe you can really, really grow the business. And that said, I think you're getting it at a good point. And so there's a lot of room to grow.
Yeah, it's great to see. And it's also, evident in the numbers on our platform as well for this business, seeing the trend in growth as well, too. So yeah, we really appreciate you coming on the call and introducing us to this acquisition that's available in our marketplace. Was there anything else that you'd like to add that I might have missed in this call?
Just want to reiterate that this specific niche is in a very high ticket item. I mean, not every single product in this niche is a high ticket, but I've had several sales of $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 products being sold monthly, and we still sell some of them. We used to sell more. I think the timing is a little bit off with, the whole situation. I think that when the economy gets back and the market gets back to normal, it's very possible that sales on Amazon will pick back up. And I believe that the timing is just off right now. It could be wrong, but I do believe that if nothing is even done with the business, I believe that over time, as the market gets healthier, I think the earnings will pick up. And so I think it's a good point for someone to pick it up. The only reason, again, it's a very passive, great business. It made me great money over the time I've owned it. And I just need the funds to divest into my core business, which is very, very large. And so I need the cash. And that's the only reason I'm selling. Otherwise, great business. I wouldn't be selling it otherwise.
Yeah, I'm sure, potential buyers that are looking at this business can also reason with you on that end as well, especially when you have these bigger projects that are needing the extra funds and capital to scale further. Yeah, and that pretty much wraps up this call. So thanks again, Ezoic, for coming on, and really great talking to you about this business. And, I'm sure we'll get this listing here sold for you pretty soon.
Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, everyone. So thanks for listening. To learn more and to see if this listing has already been sold, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing number 50129. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. And once you've unlocked the listing, you'll be given everything you need to know about this business. So until next time, enjoy your digital journey.